In this video, I'm going to walk through a tool called Ocean, which is probably one of the better lookalike audience builders that exist on the internet at the moment. So how it works is you put in some of the companies that you want to find. So you put in the domain or the company name of a perfect fit customer or prospect, and then it goes and searches for other similar companies that look like they do. Now, how it works is they've actually scraped and indexed essentially millions of data points and websites to give you probably some of the best categorizations of companies on the market today. So I don't know if you've tried before, but looking on LinkedIn by category or industry and even Crunchbase, it can really vary. You can have a fintech company that serves B2C or B2B, but you might only want the B2B. However, because it has a category of fintech, it doesn't allow you to distinguish between which one is for consumers and which one are for businesses. So I've got a couple of scenarios that I want to walk through. As I walk through each of the scenarios, I'll talk through some of the different filters and search parameters that you can use. But this is what Ocean looks like once you've logged in. You can actually search for companies and contacts, but what I want to show you first of all is the lookalike feature. So in this scenario, I actually want to find spend management software. So I've got the first one here. So Pleo is one of the companies. I want it to find other companies which are similar. So we've got Pluto card already. We can see that there's 392 results, but Brex is another example. So you want to give examples that are really specific and really tight on your ideal client profile. And now we can see we've got 1,500. Now, not all of these are going to be the perfect fit lookalike. You can see that there's a really useful lookalike reference score. I typically find anything below 80 is getting beyond the similarities, but I can understand why the tool has showed me them as a result. But now let's look at Payhawk. This is one that's 100% similar. So I can click anywhere here and I can find out company information. So employee numbers, annual revenue, description. The email is typically for a contact or help or maybe customer support. And then we've got the industry tags here, which are really useful as well. I'll come back to the industry tags at a later point. In addition to that, you can see the people within the company, the other lookalikes that are similar, and some insights too. But for now, I want to add Payhawk to the 3 companies that I want it to build the lookalike around. So if I click here, I can actually add it to the search. So to add it to the search, I can just come here and type in Payhawk. And now it's going to refine the results even more. So I've got 768. So now this is a even more targeted list of spend management software. So now I can go through and have a look at some of these other companies. So we've got this company here is financial admin. So that sounds about right. I can continue to have a look. What I like to do usually, I know that Ramp is, Expend is, Divi is another one as well. So what I tend to do is just skip to like the 5th page or a little bit further in the results, see what the score is like and read what some of these are like. So this is now talking about ERP integrations, invoice to cash. So it's getting a little bit obscure. Pay it IT. See, there's no description here. I can't see much of a description. So like I said, when it gets around 80, it's not always correct. And now I've got companies which are in Spanish, for example. So let's move into the filters. So the filters allow me to take these results and make them a little bit more granular for me. So for example, I only want to speak to companies who are in particular locations. So their head offices are in the US or maybe in the United Kingdom. So I'm going to do this now, United States. So now we're down to 408. Then there might be some other things I want to look for, like employee size. So I'm going to go for companies which are 51 to 200, 200 plus, 500 to 1,000. Let me go to 1,000 to 500. Got a few more in here too. And let's see what other filters. We can go by website technologies. At this stage, I've already got a pretty narrow list. So I'd be quite happy with the 167 here. And as I said, as it gets down to around 80, it gets to be a little bit not specific to spend management. If I wanted to keep it only spend management, then I could put in keywords here and include any of the following and put in spend management. And now I've got 24. So this might be the 24 true competitors to Pleo, Payhawk, and Bricks, which I added in beforehand. Let's just assume in this example that these 24 companies are the ones that I want to prospect to, and it's the head of compliance that I want to reach out to. So I'm going to click on contacts, and now I've got another list of filters, which are showing me the 4,842 contacts that work within these 24 companies, but I want to find the head of compliance, and I have to put it in speech marks here to find the exact match. And apparently there's only one, Ricky B, who is head of compliance at Ramp. Now, there must be other compliance manager. Let's see if I get better results with this. Okay, so I've got more. I've got 3 more people. I know that these companies have more people in compliance, so let me try a broad search. Compliance. There should be a lot more people. Now there's 21. So again, there might be more different ways that I need to search, but this goes to show you how you go from a company name to the job title. Now, to give a different example of using the filters here, I've just cleared all of the filters. And one of the things that I really like about Ocean, which is quite hard to do in other databases, or it's not as accurate as I found Ocean to be, is to take a list of domains and then find job titles based off the domain. So you can do this in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, but you have to pay for LinkedIn Sales Navigator Advanced, which is 160 euros, 160 pounds a month or dollars. But what I'm going to do here is I'm on the people search, so contact search. I'm going to scroll down to company information. I'm going to go to companies, wherever it is, companies here. And now I want to go to show advanced and then include a list of companies, which I've just pasted in below. I've done something wrong. I'm not sure. Include list. Sorry, I just had to click there. So now these are furniture brands that I want to reach out to. Most of them are based in the UK, and you can see I've got 2,000 people. Now let's just say I want to find the social media manager. I go up to title and seniority, and then I just type in social media, hit enter. Now it's only searching for social media people within these 10 companies, which I found here. So we've got the social media. I could do this a bit broader and find all marketers if I wanted to. So that's another option. You can keep it quite broad. Of the 2,000 contacts, it's saying that 31 are in marketing. Again, these are only from 10 of the companies here as well. So these are the different filters that you have to play around with. There's actually quite a lot of filters that you can use. Let me go back to share a different example now. I've just cleared all of the filters and I'm going to go through a third scenario. And this is when you're trying to find companies that don't really have a big category or they're very, very specific. So to give an example, I want to find companies that are to do with podcasting, and I want specifically to find podcast software related businesses. So we've got Ayusha, and Ayusha is in French, so I can't read that. My French is terrible. But essentially, it's a product that allows you to, has different tools to help you build and monetize your podcast. So I know that Castos is a pretty good fit in terms of it's a very similar platform, does hosting, analytics, and production. So let me click on here, and it's the industry tags that I really want to look at. So we've got industry tags, and then sometimes we have keywords, which are down here. So this is where Ocean really comes into its own and is very powerful. So if I just went with industry of podcast, then a podcast agency would show up here. So I don't want agency, I want specific, I want it to be software. So I might look to see if there are particular keywords here. So podcast hosting, that will be software. And I can add to search. So now that I've added that keyword to the search, I'm going to get a more refined list of the software. Now I can imagine there's not that many podcast software out there, but let's go back to the one that we know to be true and then find some other keywords as well. Now, of course, this is indexing a lot of keywords on their website, so it's not always going to yield the best results. But let's go to Castos and have a look at the keywords they're using as well. So we've got podcast, 100% audio, digital media, audiobooks, media entertainment, subscription service. Again, that might throw off the results, but I'm looking for keywords here. So podcasting platform, that's another one that I might want to add to the search. So here we've got now 126 results. And looking at these are all pretty much software companies as far as I know. Podcast, let's have a look. What I'm looking for in the results is companies that don't fit the requirements, so I can work out why they showed up and then I can exclude them. Again, this is in French. Co-host, agents of brands. Okay, that is a software, that's cool. Cast Desk, Zencast. Okay, so this looks like it's not. So I can open this in a new tab, have a look. The easiest way to host, so it is a host, that's fine. So I can keep that in there. So we can see this is still a score of 91, podcast.co. I'm just trying to see if there's anything. It all looks like it could be pretty decent for the results that I'm looking for. Info the culture place, so let's have a look at this one. Again, we're dropping down to the 80s, so let's have a look. This is a podcast network, so because it's showing up as network, I want to see if I can remove network. Let's see if it's here. I can't see it quickly. It doesn't have this description, but what I can do is use the filters to exclude network. So now we're down to 97, so that did work. And maybe I want to exclude agency. Now, I might be losing some results because they talked about helping podcasters and agencies with the software. But as you can see, I'm getting this smaller and smaller pool of potential prospects that I could reach out to. And that really is the key for prospecting in 2024. You don't want to be sending out the same message to thousands of different companies. You want to filter and build small lists and run them through multiple campaigns, or campaigns that say similar things but are specific to the industry that you're targeting. So that is how to use Ocean. I do want to record more videos about Ocean. There is a intent which is powered by Bombora. I haven't played around with it yet, but if you have any questions about using Ocean, please let me know. Enjoy.